Happy Crockin Monday, y'all.
This week we're crocking a recipe from Nicole's Aunt Tula. It's called Tula's Carne Guisada, and I think this is actually one of Nicole's favorite recipes. We are going to be using 2 to 3 pounds of stew meat. I have some flour in a bowl to dredge the meat and some veggies in, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And I have a little bit of flour on standby in case I need some more. I'm going to add 1 onion cut into chunks. I'm also going to add about half a bell pepper. If you want more, go ahead and add some more. If you don't like it, this is one of those things you can leave out. It just gives it a good flavor.
Right.
And then 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, and you know us, we're going to go heavy in that department.
We like us some garlic.
So once that's all down in there, I'm just going to toss this around with the flour, and I might need some more to coat it.
You just want to make sure it's heavily dredged.
It smells so good.
Yes,
the
all
garlic.
the flavors smell so good. It's making me hungry.
We love Mexican food, Tex-Mex food.
I'm gonna add a little more, Jenna.
It's always on my menu.
The flour just gives it a good consistency too.
Thickens it up a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna stick this down in the bottom of the slow cooker. Whoops. Uh-oh. It's gonna get a little more out in the cover. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it won't hurt to have too much flour. You're not gonna mess up this recipe. So that was probably about, let me see, I did probably about 1.5 cups. So.
All right, move this over.
Okay.
Nicole's gonna do the next step.
For the next step, you're gonna take Carne Guisada seasoning. You're gonna take about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and you can find the seasoning. It looks like this. Comes in a bottle with a white lid. It says Carne Guisada seasoning.
Not looking for a packet. It's
Right.
in the bottle.
And you're gonna take 1 can of beef broth. Now, if you wanna use the fat-free, go ahead. That's what we're gonna use today. I've actually used it both ways. Add 1 can to your seasoning, and we're gonna get that good and mix and get those lumps out. Now, in the cookbook, it says to add 1 to 2 cans, depending on how much juice you need to cover the meat. You want enough to just barely cover the meat. So I'm gonna pour this in, and if we need a little bit more, we can add it. That seasoning smells really good. Just gonna pour that right on top. And it looks like we're gonna need just a little bit more. That will also depend on the size of your slow cooker. This is a 7-quart and it's oval.
It'll
So,
also
let's
depend
add.
on how much meat you're going to use, and also we're going to be adding some potatoes. So
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna add just a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and put those in.
now this is just one really big sweet potato. We've said it before. Any way for us to throw in an extra veggie for the kids, we love to do that, especially if you're going to be serving it like we are in a burrito. They're never going to know it's there.
Right.
And adds a little extra to it.
Now, Aunt Tula likes to add the potatoes and serve this as a stew. But with it being really warm here in Texas, we are going to go ahead and add this, make it into a burrito. It's also less mess for the kiddos. And I wanted to try the sweet potatoes. Jenna and I just got back from a recent trip to Florida. We had some wonderful fajitas. It had beef and chicken and shrimp and sweet potatoes. I've never had sweet potatoes with my fajitas, and it was so good. So I came home and I tried it out, and it was wonderful. I loved it.
Made us think of Tula's Carne Guisada, so
Yes,
we thought
it
we'd try it
did.
and try it in the tortillas.
And then the refried beans. In the cookbook, it says that you can serve these with your flour tortillas or corn tortillas if you prefer. I like to cut that step out in about 30 to 45 minutes left of the cook time. You just add those in, and you're not dirtying another dish.
Right.
So,
One
and
less
you
step.
actually, this is a wonderful recipe to cook all day on low. The longer you cook this, the more tender that meat is going to be. So I think in the cookbook it says about 8 hours. My Aunt Tula, she loves to cook it about 10 hours. So it's a great recipe for those all-dayers that you're out of the house. Perfect.
And if you have the auto switch to warm, that's going to add an additional 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours to your length. So if you need a really long recipe, you need to try this one out.
Hope y'all enjoy. Happy crockin', y'all.
Have a great week.